My goodness, I am so glad to be back with you all. I am in a hotel room in Cleveland, Ohio, um, and I am looking forward to. Let me see. I would show you out the window, but it's very cloudy and dreary. Last time I was here, I was had a hotel room with a beautiful view of the lake, and I can see the lake, but it's kind of, there's buildings, and so no fancy view today, just a view of the back of the hotel room. But I'm very happy to be with you all. Hello, hello. It is time for the next phase of the moon. We are getting ready for the moon to shift into Sagittarius, which is exciting. And Sagittarius is where this time to come into like details and minutia and tie up loose ends, which is a great thing that, it comes toward the end of the year. That are we coming into Sagittarius? We're coming out of Sagittarius. No, this is the moon's coming into Sagittarius. And so this is, oh gosh, it's just such a wonderful time of being able to, like I said, just tie up loose ends. This is a great time to look at. We've been talking about this a lot, about what does the end of the year look like for me. We talked a lot last week about, and I'm sorry the cameras are at funny angles, but this is what happens when we travel. We talked a lot last week about that self-assessment and that cataloging the year and really taking that time for reflection that allows us to be ready to transition into the new year. So really in the calendar year, we have Sagittarius, we have Capricorn, and then we're going to be, jumping into the new year. It's not the end of the year for the zodiac, but it is the end of the year for the calendar. So it's important to take some time for that self-reflection, and we talked about that last week a lot. And one of the other things that is important to really look at is, what did I learn? What did I accomplish? What experiences did I have? What things were good? What things were bad? These are the times for us to really take some time, grab the date book, whether it's online or it's in your phone or whatever it is, and take some time to really look at what was brought to you this year. We take ownership, or we try to take ownership of the things that we bring to ourselves in our life, right? That we attract these things that are helping us hang on, Diana, that allow us that we attract. Our energy attracts these things to us, for better or for worse. Everything in the universe is always working in our favor. It doesn't always feel like that, but that we are working, and it's working in our favor to help bring us to the next place. Now, if our energy and our thoughts and our desires and our things are in the positive and we're moving in the right place, then we are able to move forward in that direction. But sometimes the universe needs to do a little pruning to get some things out of our way, so that we can move forward in a different way, in a better way. Yes, Diane, I see your post. You have to wait for a minute. So we allow this energy to be able to help lift us and raise us, so that we can move forward on our path. Even if it doesn't feel like we're moving forward, we might be moving, in circles. And we've heard me talk before about how we don't ever go backwards, even if it feels like we're looping back around, because that loop is going to bring us to go forward. So we have, I love this theory of Jeremy Bearimy, and you can I've done a blog post about it, and you can see some past of our broadcasts from the TV show The Good Place with Ted Danson, where he talks about how time works is always going forward. If you were to write out in cursive the name Jeremy Bearimy, that even when you loop backwards, you're still going forwards. And so even when things feel like we are not going straight forward, because there's no such thing as that straight progress, right? Even forward progress, there's a meme on Facebook that says forward progress looks like this, and that's really the truth of it. So this time of the year, as we're coming into this time, the moon is waning, we're coming into Sagittarius time. This is this time for cleaning up the little things, cleaning up the loose ends, to be able to really intentionally sit down with the date book and say, okay, this is what happened to me this year. Start in January, and if it's a lot to do it all in one sitting, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. We still have 4, 5, 6. We have 6 and 7 weeks, really 6.5 weeks left in the year, to be able to sit down and take it in chunks and to be able to say, okay, what were the big things that happened? Because we're looking for those patterns. In retrospect, hindsight is the best way for us to find those patterns. What things did my energy bring to myself that were good? What things were challenging? Where can I change my energy? What things were wonderful experiences? What things were challenging experiences? What things were places I could have handled things better, where I could have learned from that experience? What can I still learn from the experience? Even the things that were hard can have blessings in them, can have lessons in them if we're willing to look. And so this is the time that we want to spend in this time of the year, which I know is already crazy with everything else that's going on, but this is the time of the year that we are looking at what else, like what things can I be cleaning up, what things can I really take that time for self-reflection of the year to say what things did I learn from, where could I have done something better, what things were blessings, where did I show strength, where did I, can I gain strength even in retrospect, taking that time to, taking that time to really go back and take that time to infuse ourselves with this knowledge makes a humongous difference in how we can go forward in the new year, now armed and, I don't like the word armed because it feels like warrior mode, but empowered, emboldened, strengthened, and wizened from the experiences that we've had, and that knowledge that because we took the time to go back and look and say, okay, these were the things that happened, these were the things that I experienced, this is what I've learned, this is how I've strengthened, this is what the knowledge that I've gained, I can go forward into the new year, into 2024, more empowered and more capable for the new year. Okay, so that becomes really important. The pretty empress, don't even start because we're going to block you the second you make and there you go. Pretty empress, you're a spammer and you are banned. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Just don't even start if you're a spammer. Just go now because we're going to block you immediately. Zero tolerance for spammers. Okay, Diana, thank you so much for your patience. I would love to do a reading for you. So here's how it works. Welcome to our group. Welcome to our community of light. We're so happy to have you here. Empowered, yes, we say on the Instagram group. So here's how we do. We do some channeled information, which is what's going on right now. We're going to do a collective card reading for the group, for all of us, for the consciousness in general, and then we'll do some individual card readings. So that's where we are right now. Hello, 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 hello. So happy to see you all. Okay, so this, let me say this, because it takes strength, it takes discipline, it takes a bit of courage, it takes some willingness to be open and to learn about ourselves, and it takes some discernment, and it takes a willingness to take a hard look. Oh, Elias is everywhere. It takes a willingness to take a hard look at our lives, at the choices that we've made, to go back. A lot of times, and I don't know about you all, but 2023 has been a tough year in a myriad of ways. 2023 has been kind of a shit show for a lot of people, and there's definitely been parts of that for myself included. 2023 has been a challenging year, and so this is a great time for us to go back and to look at these things and see what was this year about. But this takes some guts to do it, because a lot of times people are like, nope. And I hear it a lot this time of year. I don't even want to go back. I don't want to look about it. I don't want to hear about it. I want to go forward. 2024. It's an 8-year. We know that stuff's going to get better in an 8-year. We've got groundedness. We know that things are going to come, things that are been in percolation and development are going to start to come to fruition. So 2024 is going to be a good, more balanced year. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I guess we'll see. But it takes some fortitude to be willing to look back. And most people are not, hello stranger, most people are not willing to look back. Most people are like, I just need to get through, what is it they say, gird your loins and get through it and move on, and they don't want to look back. And I'm telling you, when we don't look back, we don't learn. We don't learn. And it is a choice. It is totally up to you, however you want to, if you want to look back or not look back. But it is a choice, and I want to say to you, I encourage you so strongly. And the energy, the guides are also like out on the other side going, please look back. This is really super important. Please look back, because when we look back, we grow. When we look back, we learn, we get wiser, we get stronger. And this is a really important thing, because right now so many people are waking up, so many people are evolving, so many people are getting ready for that fifth dimension. They're feeling this evolution. They're not really sure what's going on. And if we just continue chugga forward, we're missing everything to put the pieces in place, right? When we look backwards, we can say, oh, that's why that happened. So even just, so I'm in Cleveland, and I had lunch with a very dear friend of mine, and Krista had lunch with Heather, and it was so funny because she said to me, I'm grumbling about having to drive downtown, I'm grumbling about the parking, and I'm grumbling about this. And when she got to the hotel where I'm staying at, it's actually a gorgeous historical building, and there's a brand new restaurant that opened up that was something that was right up her alley. And so, hello from Texas. So, you know, there was blessings in the perseverance that she was willing to put herself out to come and be part of, you know, that she went where she was guided. She didn't have to come and visit with me today. We had made up to have lunch, and like the chugga forward too. That we made up to have lunch, but I know that, you know, if you don't live downtown, coming downtown in any major city can be a real pain in the ass. And so, especially if you've got kids at home. And so I was really appreciative that she made the effort. And when she got here, the universe rewarded her with wonderful things. So I really, really believe that if we are willing to look and to participate in what the universe is putting forth for us, if we are willing to continue to chugga forward, then the universe is going to bless us. However, it takes a big part of that is to look backwards and say, well, where did the universe try to show me? And that I didn't just keep chugging on the track, that I looked back and said, okay, what is it the universe is trying to show me? Let me look back at the beginning of 2023 all the way through to now and see where those pieces have come into place, where you can say, oh, that's why I was supposed to come to Cleveland. Or, oh, that's why I was supposed to meet that person, because that person led me to this person that led me to this opportunity. Case in point, my dear friend Elias, who we're blessed to have with us today, it brought me to an opportunity to learn from the great Tony Stockwell that I wouldn't have had if Elias hadn't poked me in the head, you know, really hard and said, get yourself to this class. And I am very grateful for that. So we meet these people and we have these experiences that take us along the way to take us to the next place. So that's the first thing, is we're always moving forward, even when it feels like we might be going backwards, right? We are always still Jeremy Bearimy moving forward. But we're not learning and taking full advantage of things if we don't stop and look back and say, how did that situation prepare me for this one? How did that situation help me get through this one? What did I learn from that crap situation or that wonderful situation that helped me do better now? Excuse me. This is the place where we must be for this time of the year. Okay, and so as we come through Sagittarius, this is this time, hi Robert, this is this time for us to be able to say, tying up those loose ends. And this retro reflection is part of it. It's not for the faint of heart, so don't feel like you need to do it all in one day. But remember that nothing that happened in the past can hurt you because it's in the past. We can choose to emotionally live in that place and relive trauma and pain and those kind of things, and then yes, we can definitely cause harm. But if we can take the lessons or take the experience, and I'm not talking about trauma, please understand, I'm not talking about trauma, because that's a whole other conversation if we start talking about victims and trauma of real, genuine trauma. And I'm not judging anybody's trauma, and we're not going to measure it all out. We're not doing any of that. Be kind to yourself. Do what you are capable of. And for some things, even for myself, there's things that I can only dip below the surface a little bit because it's just too much and maybe I'm not ready for it yet. And so that's just part of being human. But do what you can do so that you are wrapping up your year, tying up those loose ends, and that you are putting yourself in a place for the most possibility of blessing coming into the new year. All right, we'll leave it with that. And we're going to move into our collective reading for the group. And then I know we had a couple people who are like, please, please, please pick me for a reading. So, you know, if you're here, we always try to get everybody. So hang in there. I never like to finish without trying to get everybody we can. And then also if you're new, and you haven't been with us before, do know that, or if you're watching the replay, do know that we do turn off the comments as soon as they're done, at least on Facebook. We don't do that on Instagram. I don't even know if you can do that on Instagram, but we turn off the comments on Facebook right away. Not that I don't want to hear what you have to say. If you want to talk to me, please don't hesitate to message me anytime. But I don't ever want to give you all exposure to the spammers that come in after the fact and try to send you all messages and take advantage of you. So that is my promise to you, is we'll always do all that we can to protect you from spammers. So because they should not be pestering you. My feeling is if you're coming here, this is a place of peace, of love and acceptance and light, and should not be a place of solicitation or harassment. So there's that. All right, so our first, oh, I love this. So our first card, and I have to do a little bit because my phone is over here today in the hotel room. So for Instagram, this card is Come to the Edge, and we're using the Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle card, which deck today, which I would show you the box, but my phone is sitting on it right now. So this is Come to the Edge. This is card number 36, so 3 and 6 is 9. So this is coming to conclusion, so really well timed in this card. But Coming to the Edge reminds us to take advantage of all that is in front of us. It tells us, it encourages us to look. It is not look before you leap. It is look. It is assess. It is take a look around at your surroundings. Look where she's standing. She's standing on the precipice, but she's got a 360-degree view, which is completely about taking a look at the year back and looking at what has been going on for us. So she's got this whole 360-degree view. The other thing that she's got is joy. Look, she's got hearts and stars and all kinds of joy-filled icons around her, rose petals, and she's literally dancing. And at the same time, she's looking down, but she's looking, she's looking down, but she's looking behind her. My phone is in the wrong place today. So she's looking, I don't know how to do this so you can both see at the same time. We're gonna work it out. But she's looking, she's like, I'm looking back, but my body's going forward, but I'm looking back. And she's in a posture of joy. A posture of joy. So this is absolutely the time for us to take that 360-degree look around. So I love when the cards are listening, because they're always listening. So it's like having my own little Alexa in the cards, because they're telling us the same things that the guides are telling that's coming through. So our next one is, okay, so next card is Thinker, and this is card 44, and this is so again 8. So we're seeing 8s and 9s, and we know 2024 is going to be an 8 year. No, it's not. It's a 6 year. Oh, it's a 6 year. That's why it didn't make sense to me. It's a 6 year. Okay, anybody who knows me knows I'm not good with math. I know math in my head. So 2024 is a 6 year. That makes much more sense to me. Okay, this is why it's not going to be a settlement year in 2024. But that is okay, because we're still going to get through it. It's going to be okay. But this is the Thinker. But this card came in upside down, okay, which is the protection position, which reminds us not to overthink, okay? So here we are called, as we've been talking about, going through the date book, going through the calendar, taking a look back at the year, but not to get lost in the details. Don't get sucked into that vortex. Don't be going down the rabbit hole. Learn what you need to learn. Don't relive the whole, like, you know, if you want to relive the good parts, great, but don't relive all the sucky parts. Just understand the big picture, understand the lessons, understand where you might have done things better, where you might have, you know, maybe done things worse. You know, what did you need to learn from that situation? I don't know. We don't want to look at what we could have done worse. We want to look at what we could have done better, right? And how could we grow from that situation? Good growing from good situations, growing from challenging situations. We don't just grow in the valleys, right? We grow from the mountaintop experiences as well. So don't just be looking for the crap that happened in 2023 and, oh, I got to learn from the crap. We learn from all of it. 2024, it is 8, 2, yeah, 24, 4, 6, 8. Mathing is hard. Okay, so it's not just in the valleys that we grow, right? We like to say, oh, we learn from the challenges, and we can learn from all of it. We learn so much from mountaintop experiences, especially when we turn around, we look back and we see how far we've come. Don't look back and see the bed that's not made in the hotel room. we look back and we see how far we've come. We look at the skills. Thank you, Chris. We look at the skills. It still doesn't make sense to me. We look at the skills because it doesn't feel like it's going to be in 8 years. So I'm praying that I'm wrong because, the numbers are always right, even when my math is wrong. So we learn from the mountaintops because, like Come to the Edge, we can see all the way around and we can see all the stuff that we have accomplished, we've achieved, we've grown, we've learned, we've empowered, all the voyage that we have been on. But again, we're reminded in the thinker card, don't get lost down the rabbit hole. Don't overthink it. Appreciate it, learn it, value it, take the lessons, go forward. Don't get sucked back into whatever it was, okay? So that's the thinker card. All right, and thank you, Chris, for my math, because I think I got second guess at myself there. All right, so then we have this next card that comes in, go the distance. Go the distance is 47, so that's 4 and 7 is 11, and 1 and 1 is 2. So that means we're starting new adventures, which we are in the new year. And as you can see, we have, and so this card also came in upside down, so go the distance. So this card, and we know that we have this new adventure that's coming. There's a lot of things that are changing in the world. There's a lot of things that are changing in the United States. We're coming into an election year. There's lots of situations that are changing. We're seeing so much eruption of unsettling things that is happening all around the planet. So we know that we're coming to a tipping point. We know that we're coming to a pivot point. And so this go the distance card, even though it comes in protection, the go the distance card is reminding us not to give up, not to cut short our journey. It also reminds us to stay in our lane, right? When you're running a race, because you've got this cheetah who's running the race, right? But he's running, even though he's got, this open plane that he's running with, he's still got the finish line flag here. You can see he's got the finish line flag. So he's running his own race, even though he's got this wide open space. This reminds us to stay in our lane. And when we are in the upside down in this protection position, it's giving us a couple of different things. First of all, don't quit. Okay. First of all, don't quit. The second of all is, thank you, Chris. Hi, Danielle. The second thing is, it's important to take time to rest and regroup. And that's where we're coming to. We're almost there to that rest and regroup, right? So this is this time the energy is coming down to the new moon. We're in the waning. We're coming down to the new moon. We're going to regroup in the new moon. The energy goes up to the full moon, where we have this position where, just like on the Come to the Edge, we can see this 360-degree view. Like I talk about the moon cycle as being on a Ferris wheel. We get up to the top of the Ferris wheel at full moon so that we can see all the way around, like we can see the whole thing, so we can reassess where are we going, where we need to go, what is going on for us. And so this is that Come to the Edge card, but the go the distance card reminds us not to quit. Okay, keep going, stay in your lane. Let me put it where you can see it in this. Then put it right side up. Go the distance, and put it over here for the Instagram folks. But this is about staying in your lane but not quitting. Okay, and understanding that we are definitely coming to a pivot point. This is this time of reflection. We are coming into this place where we're going to have a relaunch, right? Because we've got January coming right around the corner, and this is going to be the new year, the relaunch into whatever the new adventures are going to be. So we are reminded, right? Self-assessment, annual assessment, take a look around at what was going on for 2023. What do we learn? Where are we growing? Where are we empowering ourselves? We're reminded with the thinker card not to get down that rabbit hole. Just take the information that we need to be able to go forward with empowerment. Learn the lessons. Don't wallow in the stuff, good or bad. And then we have the go the distance card, which also came in upside down, which reminds us not to quit, stay in our lane, and most importantly, we are running our own race. We are not comparing with anybody else. We are not comparing with ourselves. We're not even comparing with who we used to be or who we think we're supposed to be. We're staying in our lane. This is not about blinders. This is staying in our lane. We're staying in our lane. We're running our race, okay? Just because someone else is doing something. I have a girlfriend, her daughter was on for the last 4 years, has been on the Florida State University women's soccer team. They just won the national championship for the second time. This is incredible. They have 4 ACC championships. So she had put a picture of her daughter on wearing those giant national championship rings. I mean, incredible stuff. The kid is 21 years old. She's 4 years of college, and she's assured for whatever, I don't know, whatever her future wants to be. And then I look at somebody else's kid who is, learned to ride a bike. Would you, in any just society compare those two accomplishments? Of course not, because they're each in their own lane. They're each achieving amazing, wonderful, marvelous, fabulous things in their own journey. And so we get into adulthood and we start comparing ourselves with the person in the next lane who might really just have been on 4 years of a national championship team, and we're over here going pedal, 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 pedal. We can't compare ourselves with others. We stay in our lane. We run our own race. We look back. We take a look and we say, what did I learn? What could I learn? What did I miss? What should I have learned? What should I have seen? Because I've come around this circle a couple of times and I should have known that. I should have handled that better. This is what we learn from taking that look back. We say, okay, I'm going to do better next time. I'm not beating myself up about what I did or didn't do. I'm taking the lesson. I'm empowering myself. I'm educating myself, and I'm moving myself forward. This is what this reading is about. Go to the edge. Check it all out. Make sure you're doing your year review. Don't get stuck down the rabbit hole of, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and stay in your lane. Don't compare yourself to other people as you are assessing your year and as you're starting to think about what do you want next year to look like. All right, we're going to save one more card for the collective card reading for the end, and we're going to start to do individual card readings. Now, if you have been here, have not been here before, here's how individual card readings work. It is, if you would like a card reading, it is important for you to say, not yet, not yet. Not yet. It's important for you to say, I would like a card or card reading, or me, something that tells me you would like a card reading. It is one card reading, and you do not have to state your question. You can just hold that in your brain so that when I get to you, you will know, you'll be able to, the cards will know what it is that you need. It is in the order that the comments come in. I will do as many as I can, and some are longer than others, and keeping in mind that the order of the comments that come in are not necessarily the order that you see them. And if you have put in your card request once, please don't do it again, because what happens is I only have this much window, especially on Facebook, to see the comments, and then they go out of the window and I can't see them anymore, and I don't want to miss anybody. So, all right, those are the rules. If you want a card reading, now is the time to say yes, me, and we'll get as many people as we can. So, off you go. This is where I hear Jeopardy music playing in my head. Do, 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 do. Because usually some of you are like jumping the gun. Nobody wants a card reading? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Robert says, please me. Shawana sent me heart exclamation points, which are lovely, but I'm not sure what that means. Okay. It like took a minute. I'm like, where'd everybody go? Okay. All right. So Robert was first. Shawana, if that is a me, please, could you put that in text for me, just so I'm sure? So here's the reason why. It's because I do not believe in mental trespassing. I do not believe in energetic trespassing. So I won't trespass on your energy, and I will not permit you to trespass on mine. What that means is if you want a card, then you're going to ask me for one. I'm not going to assume that just because you're here, because we get a lot of people who are here but don't necessarily want to be known. We get a lot of people who come to me afterwards and go, oh, that's really great. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you were there. It's important that you are opening your energy to say, I would like to receive this. And that makes you more open to me. It makes you more open to the channel. It makes you more open to receiving the information. And it makes the information to come through that's going to be more appropriate for you. I don't ever want to give somebody something that's like, oh, left turn, because it wasn't really for you, because you weren't ready to receive it. So we always want to make sure that we are working with people who are wanting that experience. So this is why I'm so staunch about, if you want me to read for you, you will ask me for it. So I'm not trying to be a bitch. I just want to make sure that everybody has, that we stay on a clean energy, right? We come from a place of love. We are working with clean energy. So Robert, your card is New Life. New Life. Look at that celebration. Look at that. That is so much joy. This is card 39. Card 39. So that is 3 and 9 is 12, and that's 3. So new adventures for Robert. So this is a 3 number. So this is something, the 3 numbers for me, the 3s are always about angels and support. And the three numbers, so here's for me, my interpretation of three has always been, if you imagine that this is three and you open it up and now you have the wings, the angels, and so you're being lifted to a new place. So it's not just about new life, Robert, but it's about a new adventure, but it's also about you being lifted to a new place as if somebody is helping you to go forward to a new place. There's also this information that comes in about new level, new devil, so that even though that she is all in the happy for you to be in this new place, but at the same time, there are things for you to be looking out for as well, that this is new opportunities that are coming to you, but it's also about trying new things, but also want to give counsel about discernment as you're going forward. So you are having this buffet that's in front of you, Robert. You don't have to eat all of it. So use your discretion as you are going forward. So, but this feels very joyous, but it does feel like there's some things that are going to cause you to look at things in a different way as well. So I look forward to hearing more about how that is going forward for you. So, all right, let's see, Michelle. Okay. And I'm pulling the cards aside today so we won't get so many repeats. We had a lot of repeats last week. So Michelle, all right, so Michelle, this card is blessed. It's card 22, which is 4, but it comes in upside down. You're welcome, Robert. So 22 is 4, and 4 is always, for me, it's support, it's stability, it's, you have the 4 legs of a chair, 4 legs of a table, things that are balanced and supported. Oh, excuse me, get the hiccups. But Michelle, this is coming in upside down in the protection mode. So just understanding that blessings, because this is the card blessed, and so blessings come in many forms. So be aware and be open to love and support and help coming to you from unexpected places, that this is not necessarily going to look like what you thought it was going to look like. So you have this path in front of you, you have this clear shot, but understanding that it is not necessarily going to be in the form that you were expecting, and don't let that throw you, okay? The blessings are around you, the support is with you, those 4 legs of the chair and the 4 legs of the table are like, we've got you, but don't let it throw you off that it's going to, the support is going to look like, is not going to look like what you've envisioned. It's going to look a little bit different. I have told the story for years about the first time I earned my first pink Cadillac in Mary Kay. That for years and years and years, Mary Kay had the Cadillac DeVille, the sedan, the 4-door car, and so that was what was on all the posters. That was the thing that was, you know, the in the vision boards was the 4-door Cadillac. And the year that I earned my first Mary Kay pink Cadillac was they offered it when they offered the SUV, and so I wanted that SUV, but I didn't know that I even had a choice until we were almost to the end. And so we looked at both cars and we picked the SUV, and I loved that car. It was a fantastic car, but the whole first maybe month or so that we had it, I kept looking out my window at the car in the driveway, and my husband's like, they're not going to take it away. What are you looking at? I'm like, no, it's not that. It's just that it doesn't look like what I had in my vision all the time for so long that I had that vision. It doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like. It's better. And that's the thing that we get stuck on, where we say it doesn't look like what we thought, and then we forget to say, is it or is it not better? Because sometimes it is. And we are so conditioned that if something doesn't look like what we expect, it's probably, then we think, oh, it must be negative. So let's open the door in this blessing to say, this could look better than what we had anticipated. So that's the caution that's coming in, because this card came in upside down in the protection position for Michelle with blessed. So it's always good advice for all of us, because we know that they have more ability to do more than what we can, and that they will give us more if we're willing to receive it. But when we have this box that says, this is what I'm willing to receive, that's what we're going to get. But when we open the door, we open the blinders and we say, this or something better, and they're saying, we're here to support you with the blessing card, you say, great, bring it on. What do you got? I will take whatever blessings you want to give, right? So we keep ourselves open for that. All right, so that was for Michelle. And we have Chris. Chris is next, and then Shawana, although I did love the heart-shaped exclamation points. Thank you, Shawana. All right, so we're going to do Chris and Shawana. All right, so Chris, this is a never-ending story, but it was also comes in upside down, and the protection position. And this is card 73, which is a 10, right? So this is the end of a cycle for you. So you are starting a new journey. There is a new door that's going to open. This is a never-ending story. So this card asks us, don't get stuck in someone else's drama. Don't get stuck in the drama of your own past. Don't get stuck. This is what we were talking about before, about not going down the rabbit hole, right? So this is about opening yourself, literally what I was just saying for Shawana, opening yourself up to the opportunity of something, this or something better. So we're not getting stuck. So the never-ending story is we are stuck in that cycle. And when the upside down is coming through the protection position, it's saying don't get stuck. So you're not stuck right now, but let's make sure that you're not staying in that position. Don't get stuck in someone else's drama. Don't get stuck in your own drama, and knowing that the door is about to open for you, because again, this is a card 37. So 3 and 7 is 10. That is math I absolutely can do in my head. So we know that this is the end of a chapter. And so we're saying to them, thank you for this experience. That door is closing. I am ready and for the next door to open for this or something better, right? So we're opening up to new things with no preconceived notions. That's a big part of it, because we get in there and we're like, okay, well, this is what I want, and I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this. We're like, well, let's focus on what we do want. I want anything that is going to allow me to live my life in a blessed, healthy, financially stable, emotionally secure environment. Okay, so whatever it is that you are looking for, we want to look for what we want and not focus so much on, I don't want this, I don't want this. So I want to have a job opportunity or a life relationship or whatever it is that is going to be mentally stable, financially abundant, and meaningful work that allows me to contribute to the greater good. Something to that effect. We're not putting labels on it. Says I need to do this, I need to do this. We're leaving ourselves open. So what they're talking about is don't get stuck in the past. Just because stuff happened before, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to happen again. If we expect it to, then yeah, it will. But if we can open ourselves up and say, okay, that was the past, today is a new day, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Okay, so focusing on the things that we want without specificity in, like, I need a job typing. That very much limits what the universe can do for us. Okay? All right. So who do we have next? Shawana, and then Ellen Jane. All right. Shawana. Between two worlds, you are moving out of the dark and into the light, my friend. So you are coming into a place of abundance, a place of good and positive energy. You are coming into a place of creativity. And this is card number 3. So this is, again, we just talked about that 3, that angel number that is giving you that support. So you are moving forward into a place of bright color, creativity, abundance. You are evolving, Shawana. You are stepping up to a new level. You are stepping into a new phase of your life. You're stepping into a new position, a new place where there is going to be abundance and joy and color, creativity, and there's going to be success if you will allow it. So this is a great card for Shawana. And we have Ellen Jane. Ellen Jane. And then did I get everybody? I think. All right. Ellen Jane. Ellen Jane, round and round. And this card also comes in upside down. So this is round and round, the sacred geometry card. Okay, and this is card number 25, so 7. So coming to some, not quite completion yet, but getting there, and just kind of that wrapping things up Sagittarius style that we've been talking about. So this is round and round, and it comes in upside down. It reminds us that we may be over-expecting, we may be doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That we are moving ourselves into that never-ending story that we just saw, where we are, doing the same things and we are getting stuck in that spiral, right? Getting stuck in that spiral where we're doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. So this is that opportunity for you, just like we were just talking about for Chris, is to be able to say, okay, that is the past. These doors have closed. I am open to the new opportunities. What is it that is coming my way? Whatever it is, here's what I want. I want emotionally stable, financially abundant, meaningful work that allows me to do greater good for the collective, whatever. Okay? Fill in those blanks. But keep it open so that whatever it is that you are asking the universe for, you are creating the room for the universe to do like this, right? When we say, this is what I want, we put this in a box and the universe is like, okay, well, we're going to try and get that for you. but we close off the opportunities for the universe that says, okay, well, I can bring that to you, but I've got to move this other crap out of the way. So we've got to have room for the universe to move and to be able to create a clean and open lane for us. And so don't get stuck in that pre-expectation. Don't get stuck in doing the same thing over and over again and expecting some different result. Okay, so that's what this round and round, upside down, and now I've got the song. Upside down. Boy, okay, never mind. One more card for the collective good, and we will wrap it up for everyone for this evening. And then next Monday will be our last Monday together before the end of the year. So next Monday will be our last Monday, and then this Thursday we probably will not have meditation because unexpectedly I have a funeral to attend. So we will probably not have meditation this Thursday, but hopefully we will have meditation next Thursday, and then that will be the end for the year. So we have our last card for the day today is Higher Power, card number 4. Perfectly placed, right? Because we keep talking about those 4 legs of the chair, 4 legs of the table, that support that we have, and just this reminder that we are being lifted by the higher powers all the time. They are trying to hold us, they're trying to lift us, they're trying to show us, they're trying to remind us we are here, right? That they're trying to be on our team. It's up to us to let them. And so that there's so much more higher power that we can lean into if we will give them the opportunity to be co-creators in our world, co-creators in our life. So what a beautiful and empowering message as we come through this last phase of the moon, getting ready for the next new moon in Sagittarius, getting ready for this end of the year. If you missed the beginning of the video, please do go back and watch the beginning. There's some really important information there about how to close out your year with strength and abundance and to really put yourself in the best possible position for the new year. And as always, please know how much I am grateful and appreciate you being part of our community of light, being part of our family that is helping to raise the vibration for our planet, that is helping to create a greater good in our world. And always, always remember how very much you are loved, truly. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Mwah.